Okay, we're going to go into more depth about the r/WritersGroup and just show how terrible of a group it is, mainly because their mod is a toxic cesspool that really doesn't deserve to be in charge of anything. So let's see. I posted a NSFW tagged MLP fic for review, and this asshole banned it on the spot, even though nowhere in the rules does it say that NSFW is a problem. So I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Well, explain to me the basis for this ban, because I don't see any rules that were broken by it. Right off the bat, yeah, that was my reaction seeing MLP fanfiction with a vulgarity warning. Oh, so what? That's just automatically something you can't post? Is MLP fanfiction? Really good start to the message there. Moreover, I posted in the text, seeing as the actual fanfiction subreddit won't let me post text excerpts, not sure where to go, trying to explain the situation. This asshole immediately starts assuming shit about me and says this: you were told multiple times to post properly, but you apparently think you're above the rules. This isn't the place for your chaotic mix of immature and illiterate. Well, I mean, I see a lot of immaturity, but I'm not the one who's exhibiting it. You are. You're assuming things without knowing the whole story and just being egregiously rude like you think you can do and say anything to anyone. That's very immature in my opinion. And I tell him off for that. The only one immature here is you. Banning someone for vulgarity when nowhere in the rules does it say this is an issue, as well as being egregiously insulting to me for an arbitrary reason, is ridiculous. Very true. FYI, the fanfiction posts were banned based on misunderstanding. I thought posting excerpts would be okay, but apparently they weren't. And I got the message and won't try it again there. Hence why I tried your sub, because I thought it would be a better fit for what I was looking for. But I guess not. So it seems you insult me without a complete understanding of the situation. It really makes me wonder if you're even qualified to mod anything with this impulsivity. But perhaps you should start with your own tongue before you say the wrong thing to the wrong person like a gangbanger or other degenerate. Trying to give him a good life lesson, because guarantee he says that to a biker gang or someone who's in a gang, they'll kick his fucking ass. And he says, you weren't banned for vulgarity. You were banned because I deal with a dozen people like you every week who feel like they've been wrong and come to our sub with a cross to bear before even participating. Yeah, I have been wronged by you, good sir. You're wronging me right now. And quite honestly, that's very egregious of you, or ridiculous of you, to just assume that I'm not going to participate. I mean, now I wouldn't, after you put me through that hell. I'm not going to participate in a subreddit where I don't feel welcome. And you need to understand you stepped out of line, and you're not trying to convince me to contribute. You're trying to convince me not to let everyone else know what a horrible experience I've had. And of course you don't do that. Qualified, you realize they're voluntary positions, right? I'm as qualified for this as you are to write fan fiction, except I'm not bastardizing children's stories for my own sick fetishes. Yeah, really fucking great thing to just assume that because it has NSFW, it has fetishizing content. I mean, a lot of them do, but you clearly didn't even read it because it's mostly because of swearing. So you, again, jumped the gun without really getting a clear picture of what was going on. Before you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, like a gangbanger degenerate. Well, keep that in mind if ever stolen about in the 1950s where people still talk like that. Yeah, people fucking still talk like that. Why do I get the feeling that social distancing hasn't changed your life in the slightest? I hate this guy already. I mean, and I hope you do too. This is just ridiculous that someone would actually say that to someone, and he's in charge of something. That's what really gets me, is he's in charge of this. Now, if someone talked like that on my subreddit, I'd ban them and tell everyone else, hey, look out for this guy. He'll probably come crawling around, and he's not going to be in anything resembling a good influence. You know, but not going to happen because he's in charge of it. Really good sign there, guys. You clearly didn't even read anything on the one who writes fetish porn based on the show. I'm just as disgusted by the stories involving pedophilia and whatnot that some people write as anyone, but just because I like the show sure as hell mean I support their fetishes. He never replied to that. I guess he realized that I was right, but he was too stupid to actually apologize like a real man would. So, yeah. I would say avoid this subreddit, although not avoid it. I'd say go to it and say, hey, I saw a video seeing how terrible this is, and I want to let you know I'm never going to post here, nor will I recommend anyone to go on this subreddit because of the bad experience someone I've known has had. If you want to do that, go ahead. I'd definitely appreciate that. Maybe it'll send this guy a message that you don't talk to people like that and expect that you're going to get good reviews. And maybe it'll knock him down a peg, something he certainly needs for his own sake, if nothing else. Although I certainly would have some sort of satisfaction seeing him fall down after what he just said. Fuck him. Just fuck him. I'm tempted to tell him to go fuck himself. With a cactus sideways, preferably. People need to understand that, like, you're not helping anyone when you talk to people like this, you know? Yeah, I mean, I went to another subreddit and I got some feedback, and I don't think I'm ever going back there because you've made me scared. You've made me feel unwelcome, and I'm not even willing to open up to other subreddits because of what you said. You need to understand that you're hurting everyone when you act like this. It reminds me of something that happened a long time ago when I made some video about Savannah Dietrich, you know, someone who these high school guys drugged her and then they basically took advantage of her. And I went to a subreddit, or not a subreddit, a Facebook group for the issue, and I'm like, hey, I want to see the pictures of the bad guys, you know, because I want to share who they are. And everyone without reading it thought I was asking for the pictures of her, and they started yelling at me and insulting me. One asswipe sent me a message saying, fuck you. I called him out on it after it was resolved. He never apologized. Kind of reminds me of this scumbag. You can't own up to your mistakes like a man. Now, eventually it was resolved, and they took the mean post down, and, you know, the mod apologized. I'll give him the credit for that, but I was like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm not welcome here. You put me through hell. I got what I needed. Go fuck yourselves. And I never looked back, and I left that group and another group because I thought, well, why am I in this group either? There's no point. You know, I was just too mad to care. You need to understand that you hurt everyone when you act impulsively like that. Now, I'm mad, I don't want to contribute. I'm going to get what I need and get the fuck out before something else like this happens. Plus, after I was treated like that, I really don't want to help anyone at the moment, do I? You need to understand that simple fact.